Gunfreak Nation. This is the president, TElectrik. Listen, I can't make this shit up, y'all. I cannot make this shit up. I need you to listen to me. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I need you to listen to me. Do you believe in God? Do you believe in the devil? Do you think that the devil exists? I know for sure that there is a God, a higher power. Something created all of this. I'm not a religious person, although my mother was a preacher. I'm a spiritual person, but I do know that there's a higher, there's a higher God. Somebody created all of this. I don't get into all of the, I just believe at the end of the day of being righteous. And then you got the corrupt and you got the evil. That's what it all boils down to. A lot of people believe in this, believe in that. Believe in what you want to. I'm not knocking you as long as you're a good person, a good righteous person. But I'd be damned if you tell me that there's not a devil with all these savages walking around here, walking amongst us. I'm talking about savages that will not hesitate to take your life. Savages that's breaking in people's homes and choking the very life out of them. Let me tell you something. You has to take it upon yourself to arm yourself and put them savages down on sight. If they come into your house, I'm going to tell you something, goddammit. If they come into your house, they're not coming in to bake some cookies with you and sing kumbaya. They got bad intentions, and they need to be dealt with and put down on the spot, on sight. Send them to Funky Town. Let me tell you something, goddammit. Chris, Newsom, Shannon, Christian, they were kidnapped, tortured, and brutally raped. Shannon Christian was raped for 2 days straight and thrown in a tied up hogtied and put in a fucking garbage bag and then stuffed in a trash can where she suffocated to life. She suffocated to death. She lost her life that way is what I'm trying to say. Her life ended hog-tied in a fucking garbage bag inside of a trash can. No, you tell me that that wasn't a demonic savage that did that to her? Imagine if that was your wife. Imagine if that was your daughter. Imagine that if that was your loved one. Imagine that. Imagine that if that was your sister. You need to get armed because we're dealing with evil, demonic savages. I'm not talking about your everyday criminal that's out there hustling and, they got to steal to eat. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these fucking demonic ass savages that will not hesitate to rape you, rape your wife, do all kind of horrible things. They need to be fucking dealt with. It's just that fucking simple. But you got some people that sleep and they living in a fucking fallacy, a fantasy world where they think they can just magically call 911 and the police gonna get there in time and be the hero. Well, it don't always work that way. Look at Mahogany Jackson. This happened, 2-3 weeks ago? She thought she had friends, and those friends turned out to be savages, and they turned on her, tortured her, raped her, and then murdered her by putting a bullet to her head. She's gone now. She couldn't be saved. You have to take it upon yourself, goddammit, to save yourself. Fuck what everybody else think about you buying a gun and having a gun. That gun is a tool to protect your life. Just like when you get in a car and you put that seatbelt on, it doesn't mean that you're going to get in an accident. It's just there just in case. Well, that's what that gun is there for. Just in case. The only way you're going to get them funky, stinking ass bastards off of you, if they feel your wrath of righteousness. That's the only way they're going to be dealt with. That's the only way that they're going to be stopped. These savages have gotten so fucking out of control. Guess what? I'm going to play the news clip. Man, we had a fucking savage in Chipotle. Y'all heard of Chipotle, the restaurant, right? The Mexican restaurant. Fucking savage shot one of the employees because he forgot to put some fucking guacamole on his sandwich. I keep telling y'all day and day and day after day after day after day after day that it's getting worse out here. You had a savage shoot a Chipotle employee over some goddamn guacamole. That's just as worse as the person that got stabbed to death, Popeyes at Popeyes a few years back over that damn stupid ass sandwich, chicken sandwich. I'm gonna tell you now. You need to get armed. And if you can legally conceal, you better do that. And if you can't, you better apply for that concealed carry license because you just never know when you're going to bump into one of them stinking motherfuckers. And it will take your life. If you have a means to escape the situation, get the fuck up out of there. But if you can't, then you let them have it and you send they stinking demonic ass to Funky Town. We dealing with vicious ass people and y'all need to get it. And for those who out there that do got it and got that Funky Town Center, I salute you because you know what time it is. Your eyes are wide open and you know what time it is. But you got people, for whatever reason, either they're afraid of guns or guns make them nervous, and I understand. But there's a virtue in patience. Where there's patience, there's a virtue. And you have to look at that gun. Don't look at it and associate it with all kind of negativity. Look at it and associate it with positivity. That gun can save your life. How much more positive can an object get? It's a tool. Because I'm going to tell you something. When that savage busts in on you and you get to running and screaming and hollering, help me, help me, help me. Ain't nobody is going to be there to save you. But if you are savage ready and you don't been training, and you don't went to the range, and you know that gun inside out, and you comfortable with it, you gonna let that savage have it. You gonna send that funky ass, dirty, low down, demonic ass savage to Funky Town. It's just that simple. Because you have to look at it like this. It's either them or you, and you do not want it to be you. Do not let those stinking ass savages shortcut your life. It's a lot of people that's sleeping in their grave that's done had their lives cut short because they wasn't ready and they let that savage get the drop on them, man. This is a serious, serious crisis that we're dealing in. Never have I ever seen it this bad. It's bad, y'all. It's bad. Here in Gunfreak Nation, we have many people of all walks of life, from doctors, paramedics, police officers, military, truckers, bikers, a lot of first responders. And they all, tap in and send me, emails and let me know what they've seen, what's happening in their areas. And I'm telling you, from what I'm getting, everything is not being reported on the news. It's not. And I just can't get the logic of a person who refuses, who can afford it, but refuse to get armed. I just cannot, I for the life of me. And they probably think the same way about me. They call us gun fanatics. I'm not a fanatic, I'm just a gun freak. I love all my guns and very, very proud of them. And one thing I know for sure, that if a funky ass savage or savages make the fucking mistake and coming up in my home, y'all, I ain't got to say the rest. Y'all know what time it is. You know what time it is. But what I need y'all to understand is that evil exists. Okay? And when the shit hit the fan, all this praying and all that ain't gonna help you. You could be praying on your knees. When they come in, you can drop down to your knees and be praying. But it ain't gonna help you. All they're gonna do is step in front of you and unzip their pants and tell you to get to sucking. Because here in Detroit, man, they coming in, like I told you before. They don't want your fucking, TV. They don't want your fucking jury. They want to fuck you. They want to fuck you. They coming in to rape. We dealing with some horny, demonic ass, demon ass savages. And they gotta be put down on sight. It's just that simple. They got to be put down on sight. Send they funky asses to Funky Town. Have your Funky Town senders on the ready. We are fighting a war in this wicked, wicked world. Anybody that don't want you to be armed, they not your friend. In fact, you should consider them your enemy, because they want you to be helpless. They want you to be in a helpless situation where your life depends on it. So when you arm up, that is a life-saving tool. Think about it, man. Call them crazy, call them mentally ill, call them unstable. I don't give a damn what you call them. To me, they savages. They evil, demonic savages. And they don't have a problem, taking your life. It's up to you to take your life and take control over it. And be controlled over and be in control of your own destiny. And part of that destiny is being able to defend your life, protect yourself, protect your family. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Like I said, I give a salute to everybody that's out there that know what time it is, that see this reality, to see it for what it really is. We living in a savage world. We living in day to day when it can pop off, kick off anytime, anywhere. And you need to be ready. What can save your life is a gun. God bestowed the wisdom in you. Back in them days, they had swords. Now we have firearms. So, be a gangster. Don't be trying to turn the other cheek. A lot of people got this misconception. Oh, if you Christian or whatever, you turn the other cheek. And hell no. They were some gangsters back then. They would fuck a motherfucker up if they stepped on their toes. You feel me? You got to be righteous and you got to be armed. Ain't no in between. It's one or the other. Be righteous and armed. Because these savages are going around terrorizing, just wreaking havoc on everything. Gunfreak Nation, I love y'all, man. But we are dealing with demonic savages. The gates of hell is wide open. And we about to be overran with these fucking savages. And I ain't talking about the situation with the border situation. No, I'm talking about everyday fucking American savages and the migrant savages. And I'm not talking about the righteous ones that's coming through, because I do not fucking play when it comes to that. I don't profile nobody. But you got to be naive to think that all of them are, righteous people. Some of them savages. Some of them coming over to do horrible things. Let's just face the facts here. You hear me? So be ready for their asses too. I want to see y'all win. I want to see y'all live. I don't want to see y'all on the news. I don't want to hear about, y'all done got took out by some savages, man. That shit is not cool. It ain't cool. But you know what's going to rule? Love, righteousness, and being armed and prepared and ready for whatever. Gunfreak Nation, I love y'all, man. Listen, y'all stay armed. Stay responsible with your firearms. Stay righteous and send that stankin' ass savage to Funky Town. I salute you and love you, Gunfreak Nation. Salute, baby.